Guys, am I happy to be seeing you today? It's been a while, don't get me wrong, it's been a couple of months since I uploaded a video. A couple of you may have even forgotten that you subscribed to me, and that is fine. All that matters is that we're here today together, me and you. So, today's video, I've got some £700 barber scissors, which I'm going to share with you. We'll have a little discussion and figure out whether they're worth buying, or could you just get some cheaper ones that do exactly the same thing? Let's find out. Okay guys, so welcome back. So, thanks for joining me again. I'm Danny Savage, barber from near Bristol. I do a few barber videos. This is one of them. And today we're going to be talking about these. The Casio Green Series 7-inch barber scissors. As the video description would suggest, these are around about £700 to buy. Now, if you are a barber or a hairdresser already, you will know that £700 isn't actually, it's not as expensive as scissors can go. They can go into the thousands. So, one, disclaimer, I'm not trying to say these are the most expensive scissors in the world. Secondly, I'm not trying to flex either by saying I've got £700 scissors. They are financed up to the balls, so I can't even afford to eat. So yeah, I'm not rich. I just, wanted some nice scissors. So if we get into why these cost more than say some cheaper scissors, these are my 7-inch Konpekis that I've been using. I used them for a few years. These, my cheaper ones, are considerably lighter than these. So essentially these are better quality metal, which will mean that they'll stay sharper for longer. I'd probably say that is one of the biggest factors as to why these are good and worth the money, is the fact that these, my cheaper ones, not far off as sharp as these ones are when these are freshly sharpened. But the thing is, that will last, say, 4 days. And then after that, they'll start getting more blunt, and with thicker hair, you'll notice straight away it pushes the hair as opposed to cuts it. These, however, my expensive ones, these, I haven't actually sharpened them since I got them. That was, say, 7 months ago. And I have to say, they're still as sharp as they were before, which at the end of the day, it's saving money in the long run because I'm not having to keep getting them sharpened every now and then. My cheaper ones, these were still, say, 120, so still not massively cheap. I might do another video on these ones and whether I recommend them. I do actually recommend having a cheaper set if you do have an expensive set, because if someone comes in and they've been cutting wood or they've got grit in their hair for whatever reason, you want some cheaper scissors that you don't mind blunting slightly. You don't want to be using your best scissors on those. So as I said, I'm not really getting into too many of the technical details as to why these are so much better. Essentially, they're convex blades, better quality metal, more work's gone into it to make them sharp. They're balanced better. They have the screw instead of the key, which is a good feature because sometimes you lose your key, so when you want to tighten your scissors, you can, whereas these, it's just a screw, so you screw them yourself. I think the main question people will be asking, probably because I put it in the title of the video, is, are these worth the money? Yes is what I would say. If I had to advise someone who was going to buy some of these, I would say try some that are 400. I did try some which were about 450 when I did a training course with some Casios, and they were as sharp as these, but obviously I only used them for half an hour, so I don't know if they would have blunted quicker, but they do feel essentially the same. But obviously it's not really a fair test because I again, didn't really use them for very long. So, who are these scissors actually for? I would say someone who is full-time, so it's their main bit of kit, it's worth investing a bit of money. But mainly, I think someone that is experienced. I wouldn't recommend these for beginners, based on the fact that when you're just starting out and you're doing things like scissor over comb, every now and then you might slip and you might nick a bit of hair that you don't necessarily want to take off. If you're using cheaper scissors, which are more blunt, it's not going to take all of that hair off. You're probably going to get away with it. You can probably blend it in. Whereas when you're going with these, the £700 scissors, they're taking anything off that you touch, basically. You're at higher risk of taking chunks out. And that's the case with any fresh pair of scissors, really. And I guess building on that, that's another good feature about these scissors. is the fact that when you are more experienced, your control is a lot more. So you can take minuscule amounts of hair off, which you won't be able to do on cheaper scissors. It will just push the hair away. Whereas, you know, if you're doing a fade and you're using the fine part of the comb, to really get those fine adjustments in, you need a very sharp pair of scissors. Again, which you're not going to get with the cheaper ones. So it's been a brief video, alright, it hasn't been a very in-depth video. I just wanted to give you my take on an expensive pair of scissors. I've been using them for about 7 months. Yes, I would recommend them for the aforementioned reasons. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sorry it's a slightly shorter video. I'm actually doing this just to experiment with my new setup, which as you can see is actually in my new house. It's no longer in the other place. And I'm going to try editing this video on my new iPad Pro, so we'll see how that goes. I do hope to do some more review videos. If there's anything you'd like to see, you know, let me know. And as always, if you don't mind subscribing, you can if you want, you haven't got to, but it would be pretty cool to see you more often. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming to see me again. Hopefully we won't leave it too long next time. Hope everyone's safe out there, and look, I'll see you on the next one. See you later, guys.